we got a rant today. Serious rant. A main rant with 2 sub-rants. Now, before we dive into it, for the benefit of anyone who doesn't know what a rant is, Josh, why don't you explain what a rant is?
A rant is an extended, extempore outburst of tightly controlled rage about some seemingly pathetic yet largely overly important issue that dominates one's daily existence.
Wow. Beautifully defined. Wow. I thought I loved the rant until I met John, the rant fucking master.
All right,
of the,
you're basically complaining
South
about
Florida.
We're basically complaining. So again, 1 main complaint and 2 sub-complaints. Okay,
Get
so
started, will you?
Here it is. Okay. Poland has a national change crisis. That's the easiest way to put it. A national change crisis.
A long, ongoing crisis.
I'm sure that 80% of you probably listening right now already know what I'm talking about, because if you spend 24 hours in Poland, you will encounter this problem. Okay, here it is. Let's say you go to a shop somewhere in Ireland, in England, in America, whatever, and you buy something and it's, let's just make it easy, $2.05, right? And you give the cashier $10. They will ask you reasonably and understandably for 5 cents just to make giving you change easier, right? So if it's, at 5 cents, 2 cents, 1 cent, whatever, just to make giving change easier rather. In Poland, they will ask you for 67 cents. They will ask you for 43 cents. My personal record, 86. I was once asked for 86 cents. Nobody has change here. Nobody. I would guess, Dave, would you agree that, let's say roughly, I don't know, 50%, at least 50% of the time, somebody will ask you if you have change, right?
It's heartbreaking at times, because here's the main issue. All Polish people seem to have a superpower. They always seem to have a little pouch in their wallet where they can produce any denomination up to as long. It's a talent I have never been able to grasp. I don't know how they do it. Don't know how they manage the float in their own pocket. But what should be happening is the shop should be managing their floats correctly. The float management is what this is all about. It's just retail laziness. I'm sorry, it just drives me nuts.
It's just the role of the part of the job of any manager is to make sure the cash registers in your business have change.
And the registrars
does that.
should never be worrying about it. They should be focused on serving people quickly. I mean, that should be always the name of the game in convenience stores. Get people in, get their money, get them out as fast as possible.
Now, let's stay right up front that this is unlikely to happen in McDonald's. It's unlikely to happen in a big supermarket. Okay, places like that, okay.
I would not go as far as to say it's not likely to happen in a large supermarket. Really? I am regularly asked for change in large supermarkets.
All right, scratch that.
Up McDonald's, to 20 tills.
McDonald's is basically maybe KFC, and otherwise you're going to be asked for change constantly. I once walked into a little local neighborhood corner store. I was the first customer in the morning. I kid you not. They had a 50 zloty note in the till, and that was it. They start the day with a 50 zloty note. This is not unusual, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, that's an extreme example, I hope. But yeah, you have to have hundreds, up to 1,000 site, depending on the size of the business. You need a lot of change on site. And I used to run a bar. It's a pain in the arse to get it as well, by the way. We used to, at the start of every day, it was someone's job to count up, to take the float I'd counted up from the day before, and to go to the church to wait in line for free change. That's the only place you can get it for nothing.
Wow.
Yeah, the Mariatsky Cathedral gets an amazing amount of coins through its baskets every day, and they're more than happy to change it into hard notes. And I'm sure other churches perform the same service.
I have a question though, which I think is very strongly related to all this. Is it actually the quantity of coins that are in circulation? Is there just not that many coins compared to other countries?
They were just buried somewhere, apparently. I don't know where they are.
You can go to a bank and order coins. Any bit of, this. I cannot believe that that's a thing. The Polish mint can't produce enough coins. I just,
well, I mean, it costs money to make coin. I mean, isn't there? There's this ridiculous thing that actually a groszy coin, the metal, is worth more than the value of the coin.
Well, they've been talking about getting rid of them ever since I got to Poland, and they absolutely should. I don't think anyone would have a problem with that. Wasn't it like a national issue at one stage, getting rid of the grosh coin?
They should. It's worth nothing. Australia got rid of their pennies.
Yeah.
I think New Zealand did as well, maybe. Australia for sure. I think they're talking about getting rid of the 5-cent piece down there. I'm all for it. That's perfect. They serve no practical purpose, right? What is 1 zloty worth right now? One grosha. That's 1/350th of a zloty, so it's...
I love when you do bad. I love when you do bad maths on air.
I think I dropped a zero there somewhere. Those of you listening, again, if you live here, you know exactly what we're talking about, and I know you're nodding your head in agreement. If you haven't been here, you have to trust us and just believe us that it happens constantly.
I'm taking one of these sub-rants, and that's about the proliferation in the last few years of contactless cards, and they're used profusely by Polish people, and it's great.
They have exploded. They're everywhere. Yeah,
I'm sure that's great, but it's kind of exacerbated the issue in that now the shopkeepers ask you for change, and then if you don't have it, they ask you, card Tom? You know, and it's kind of this double gauntlet you have to go through to use a large note in Poland. You know, I mean, I get 100 zloty notes from the bank. At some stage, I have to use them. I feel awful when I walk into a shop and they start taking out, lots of tens, and I know that I've destroyed their float in one visit.
Worse than that?
And I feel guilty then.
And we've all been there. The attitude you get when somebody asks you for change and you say no.
I find that's gotten better down the years now. I mean, now it's more of an apologetic kind of, do you have change?
I don't know if it's apologetic or not. Oh, also
used
the
to be a bit
attitude.
more.
Also the attitude when you flash a 200 zloty note. They look at you like you're insane.
How dare you? What are you trying to do to me?
Was it last year or was it 2 years ago now that they introduced the new 500 zloty note, which I've never seen, by the way?
No, me neither.
I'm thinking, what is the point of nobody will ever be able to spend? You could have a mountain of 500 zloty notes and you'll still be poor.
I imagine that's the equivalent of trying to use a gold bar in New York or something to buy a drink in a bar. You know, it's just not a practical way of spending your money. I mean, the 500 zloty note, I didn't even know that existed. I have to be honest with you.
Never seen one. I don't know if this is the main rant or the sub rant, but
I've already taken a sub rant.
we've got. I think I said 2 at the beginning. I think we're going to have a lot more than that. Another sub rant.
Have you got a solution to the change crisis?
No, wait. We're still digging this hole here. Wait a minute. This is another thing that happens every day. That you buy something and they tell you that it's bez groszy, that it's missing a groszy or two. They just tell you. They don't ask you, is it okay? They just tell you. So they give you, they owe you, I don't know, whatever, and they give you 1 or 2 cents less than you're supposed to get in change because they don't have it. And this is just simply taken for granted. This just happens.
Don't care about that. Anything that speeds the process up, I'm in favour of. Josh?
Yeah, I'm with Dave on that, actually. I mean, I can sacrifice a
Well, okay, fair point. But can you say that to them when you're paying? Sorry, it's 1 groszy short, but hey, what are you going to do?
Well, actually, I got a jar full of groszy coins in the kitchen, and occasionally, as actually happened to me last week, if I don't have a bank card temporarily and I need to spend cash when I go to the shop, and I will actually make up a little float of about 35 groszy from copper coins, just in one sense so that I can reduce the quantity that I have in my possession, and also because it means I won't get more coming back to me.
I think anything less than 20 groszy is useless. You should. Sorry, that makes me sound like some awful, mega rich man who throws coins at poor people. But anything less than 20 groszy, throw it away.
Well, we know that they're worthless because homeless people reject them.
They probably do. Exactly. The bronze-colored coins under 10 groszy, completely useless. Sub-rant. Now, you guys tell me if this happens in Ireland or England. I don't think it does, but you tell me if I'm wrong. What is it with people, usually old people, who hold their palm out with the change and let the cashier pick through the change and take it? What's with that? Is that a thing in Ireland and England? Because we don't do that, and it really irritates me.
I've started to do it since I got to Poland sometimes.
You're doing it now too. Oh my God.
They've bent me to their will. I've been here long enough to feel total mortification if I have to pay with 100 zloty now for a chocolate bar or something. I know it's not cool. It's just not done here.
Yeah.
Cultural differences, I suppose.
But wait, do you ever take a handful of change and hold your palm out and let the cashier pick through it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
If I've got lots of change and I pick it all out of my pocket, I start to get panicky because someone behind me is, it's not moving fast enough. I'm thinking she'll count it faster than me. I'll just put my hand out. I've seen people do that.
Speaking of people behind you, that's another sub-rant. This is a sub-rant now.
Right.
There has to be a PhD thesis in here somewhere. Somebody needs to investigate how much time the average person here spends over a lifetime waiting in line because the people in front of you are being asked to dig through their bags and purses to find 2 groszy.
Well, I already made that point.
It's years.
I already made that point. The whole thing in shops is speed. That's what management should be focused on. And a cashier needs a ready supply of change to do the job quickly.
Never happened here.
I've seen it on the bar when the odd night it did happen to us and we had to run out and get more change, and you're panicking as you get down to the last, say, 100, 200 zloty, because what are you going to say to your customers? You're trying to keep drinks flowing over the bar. It's a nightmare, but it's very much a part of any retail business, managing your cash flow. And, I just think it's it's a mentality, kind of just, nobody has an issue with being asked for change here, so it's not going to change.
As long as
it's never going to change.
I've ever seen a manager or what appeared to be a manager come around to a cashier and say, are you okay on change? Do you need anything? I've never seen that a single time. Mind-boggling.
It really is annoying, yeah.
One more thing. Last sub-rant, I promise. Again, you tell me if it's a thing I don't know if it's a European thing or what. And Dave, you kind of mentioned it earlier at the beginning. The whole I call it a man purse. The wallet with a purse inside the wallet where guys keep their coins.
The witchcraft section
are
of the
either
wallet.
of you, okay, I need to see who my friends are here. Are either of you guilty of carrying a man purse?
Never.
All right, that's 3. So what's going? Is that?
Did I lose a war that I wasn't aware of? I will never carry a little change.
Is that a Polish thing? What is that? Because
are we not seeing some kind of chain of causality here? I don't know which came first, the man purse or the change situation. But, obviously, one is a response to the other.
My wife says it's perfectly normal for guys to carry this. I, on the other hand, think it's an abomination.
It's usually just a pocket within the wallet.
Yeah, exactly. But you put coins in your back pocket, or you don't carry them at all. End of story. Yeah.
Yeah, I can honestly say as well, I've just been thinking about this. I don't think I've ever been asked for change in a shop in Ireland. Never once. I don't honestly remember it happening in an off-license or a supermarket or just a regular shop or in a bar. I just don't remember it ever happening once in my life.
And it will happen to you at least 5 times in your first 24 hours here if you step up. I'm serious. Okay, maybe not 5 times, maybe 4. Possibly 3.
It will happen every time you try and pay for something, wherever you are, unless you're at McDonald's. Yeah. I find I get asked for change at KFC quite often, actually. I'm not even giving them a free pass. McDonald's, though, they're well trained.